Let there be peace and love among all beings of the universe. Let there be peace. Let there be peace. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Namaskar. Welcome. What's his name? From Amsterdam, what's his name? Bear. So Mr. Bear will come up. Ten, 11. Today is 12th. Please sit in here, and this is the this is the interview between Bear and Papaji. First of all, I'd like to thank you in the name of my magazine, all the readers and myself, and that you granted us this interview. I am quite aware that this masala dosa of questions meant to serve general public is coming from the mind, but my trust in you and the knowledge that you will nourish us all were the very reason for asking you for it. With wishes of you, your best of all levels and love. Bear, 12/4/94. You have a copy with you? Yes. Please take up. So, better you ask the questions so that less time is taken. The questions are.
Who are you?
I am that.
This and that?
Not
only that?
Not this or that. That is that which finger pointing to the moon. If you hold on to the finger, you can't see the moon. If you hold on to that, you can't see that.
Okay, we are finished. What is the essence of your teaching or non-teaching?
I teach about that which cannot be attained by any teaching. That is my teaching, which cannot be taught about any teaching, and also I have no teaching for the essence which is already there, from where all teachings arise from. Doesn't need any teaching or non-teaching. It is beyond everything, from where the world comes from.
From the very source. From the very source of being.
From the very source from where everything comes out, even the speech.
I must be part of it. Okay. Your disciples talk about you as a realized being. What is a realized person, and are you realized?
I don't say myself, neither I have a nameplate. Here goes an enlightened person. Nothing is there. No, between you and me, I don't find any difference. How do you say, have I right here? I am a realized person. I never say that I am realized.
Many people speak about it, that you are realized. Is there any difference between realization and enlightenment?
So many persons speak that I am a realized person. This is due to their notions about a realized person. Therefore, they think I am realized. But I don't think any difference between them and me. Is there any difference? Next.
The question was, is there any difference between the term or between the state of realization and enlightenment?
Yes, there is difference. Realization is have to be realized after some practice, some sadhana, some method, which was not there before. To realize that through any method is called realization. And enlightenment also is to be aware of something that was not clear before, like a diamond, you think it's a pebble. But later on, you came to know that it is a diamond, you see. So light came after knowing that it is not a pebble. Therefore, you started giving value to it now. So actually, there can be a slight difference between awareness and enlightenment. So it is beyond awareness and enlightenment, you see. That essence, who could be aware of the awareness and who could be enlightened, because there is no darkness at all. It is already there. It is only just revealed when the dust of your notion is cleared away. Then it will come up itself, you see. And then you and it merge between each other. Nothing else you will see. The difference between you and it. No word can explain it.
But when there's a diamond, in the rough form, you don't see it's a diamond. It's like a stone, is it?
Yeah,
and then you have to polish it. You have to cut it.
Even then, it's a piece of coal, charcoal, carbon. You may cut it according to the shape to fit in your ring or necklace. But the diamondness is the same. The shapes are different, forms are different, purpose is different. So this doesn't make any difference between the original nature, that it is just carbon dioxide.
Back in the West, next question, back in the West, people either believe in God or they don't believe in God. Is there any God, and if, what or who is it? The third question. The third question.
Third question. Is there any difference between God?
Not difference. Is there any God? Because in the West, very much, from this Christian program, people believe in God.
Let them believe or disbelieve. God is not affected by any kind of beliefs. If there is any God, because the God is created by you. You has to be earlier than God to speak. There is God. And before your birth, there was no God, because you were not there and the thought was not there. The God is just your thought and is your own creation of the mind. Who created? Even the Creator. Creation, preservation, destruction, just a thought.
So this beingness is not the same as God, what the people in the West believe as God.
So beingness is something very different than God. God is a word created by you. Beingness is just beingness. There's nobody to create it. It is beyond creation's destructions, where all the creations abide in it. That's called being.
It seems one develops detachment and a relaxedness over the years of spiritual practice. Is there any process or progress before realization?
It is beyond attachments and detachments. When one detaches from something where one is attached to, so he gets attached to something else and detaches from someone else. That is called detachment, and detachment needs attachment to something else. Therefore, it is not detachment, neither attachment, you see, because they coexist, you see. They are not independent. Attachment depends upon detachment, detachment on attachment, you see. The essence is beyond all notions, untouched by imaginations, and there is no progress or process in it, because any progress that you make, before that progress you were ignorant, and then somebody tells you how to progress, then he gives you some method of the past, any teaching of the past which he has followed, he dumps on you. And then you start practicing. So after that practicing any process, you have already in mind that I have to attain it. So this attainment is pre-planned attainment. It has been planned. I have to meditate for a number of years. After that I will get it. So this attainment is pre-planned. And this planning is your own thought creation. And actually there is no process to attain because it is already there. If it is not already there and you get it through any method, you are going to lose it. Any gain that you make, you've got to lose it someday or the other. But if it is not attainment, you can't lose it because it is already there and it will be there.
You are another teacher who tells me no books necessary, no practice necessary, even that. But like the others, you yourself seem to have read many books and scriptures. And as I learned to know, you yourself have done thousands of hours of practice already in this lifetime. Why then this advice?
Because I was just a boy, 7, 8, and some experience just came up, revealed itself, and I didn't work for it, I didn't do any practice, it just revealed itself. So that I could not get explanation from any person. No one could tell me about this, nor I have read in any book about what I see. Then later on, I tried to read the books written by many ancient saints, including Gita, Bhagavad, and other Upanishads, even the Vedas. But I didn't see anything that tallies with my own abidance, you see. So I found no one ever has spoken about that which I am is. So for that reason, I have read, I have contacts with many gurus from north to south, you see. And everything that they spoke about was already in the books, and they have just followed it like sheep, running one behind the other, you see. So I didn't see anyone has ever realized the truth because no one spoke about it, you see. Therefore, I rejected all the teachings, all the books, all the statements which anybody so far has made about that. Like Buddha, after he left his palace, he went to many teachers, you see, many yoga teachers. He went on rejecting. At one stage, he was going to people who were performing penance, very rigid, severe penance, you see. Fastening their feet on the branches of the trees, hanging like monkeys. Such penance they have been doing. He says, oh, this is not what I want. It's just like monkeys, you see, just like he rejected, you see. Now he quietly sat down under a bodhi tree. Something just came up, and Ananda comes to him. Sir, what is the experience? He did speak. He didn't speak. And it happened at his age of 29, and the rest, 70 years, 60 years, because he died at 80. So about that time, he tried to explain, but he could not, because it cannot be grasped by mind, nor there is any word. Therefore, none has ever spoken. So now there are sutras to explain the realization what Buddha had. Or when Kashyap comes to him, offers him a flower, he looks at the flower, smiles, and Kashyap got enlightened. Now the people are making research on it. What does this smile mean? Nobody could explain. Flower is there. And who can smile on the flower, first of all? What did he see in the flower that he smiled? And Kashyap got it, you see. So like this, when I speak, then it is not the speech, it's not the object that I am speaking about. But some people catch it, you see, and they can't explain what has happened to them. And quite some people here, during my 60 years, and I asked them, they say, we got everything, there is peace, there is happiness, there is a beauty. But I said, what it is? They say, we can't speak. And one person I asked, he's very clever, he's a man from the West. When you know that you see a diamond, you must describe. He said, when I went to see it, the intellect and the mind, which are the basis of explanation, they didn't accompany me. I was quite alone. No mind, no intellect. I was just alone, and this aloneness was the same which I experienced, but you asked me to explain, I cannot explain. It has never so far been explained. Everybody says, I got it. Here, some people you must have heard, they say, I got it. Then I cast them in front of me, when did you get it? We do not know, but we got it, you see. So it cannot be explained. It's not an experience even. Any experience depends upon the mind. As an experiencer, object, experience, then their connection is experience. That can be explained, but not that which is beyond the mind. How to explain it? Even the book of knowledge, Vedas, they say, neti neti, after 4 Vedas, you see, the book of knowledge which was written by Vyasa 25,000 years ago, and they have been very honest to speak. This is not that which we write here, and not that, nor this. So this is the best explanation that any true person can give. That I do not know.
So no practice necessary? No practice necessary?
So you need practice when you find that you are missing something, as you want to become engineer, and before entering into engineering college you are not an engineer, so you have to make practice, spend 7 years in the college, then you will get a degree that you are BE now, Bachelor of Engineering, or ME, Master Engineer. You spend that. But here, you don't need practice because it is already there. What you gain, you lose it. So, what is already there, you have just to see who I am just now. Not finding it somewhere through some method, because the mind is cheating. The mind suggests you do this and do that, and you quietly listen to the mind. And mind has been cheating you for millions of years. Therefore, don't listen to your mind now. Keep quiet. And it will reveal itself to itself.
In my native language, mind means geist. It means the same as ghost, which is something very empty. A ghost, not existing. So mind has the same word, geist, in German.
I see.
Means both the same. Geist, mind.
That means mind.
Geist means mind. Yeah.
Mind.
Yeah. And also ghost in German.
So therefore, all the Dutch people who came to me from Netherlands, Amsterdam, they only speak through the mind. What I try to tell them, try to take them beyond the mind, they say it is not possible, because in Amsterdam we have to deal with people which we can't do without the mind. I said, you don't need the mind at all. Mind is going to cheat you, and tell me who is the person who is happy with the mind. None at all. Neither the kings, nor the emperors, not even Alexander the Great was happy about it, you see. You are happy only when there is no mind. When you go to sleep, you have no mind. And you are happy. Why? Because in the waking state, no one is happy. In the dream state, also no one is happy. Some tiger is pouncing on him, some robber stands in front of him. All these kinds of dreams in the dream state, in the waking state, because of our relationships, nobody's. So immediately when you sleep, you are quite happy, peaceful, and this is not the state. It is beyond all the states. Then you feel that you are that now. Therefore you are happy. Some friend next day comes to you. How do you sleep? Excellent. Not even a dream. So who was experiencing the happiness when you were sleeping? So you are that, you see.
My last dream yesterday in the morning, you invited me for a walk, 6:40 in the afternoon. You invited me in a dream yesterday. morning, before I made the questions, I dreamed about you in front of your house. You said, "Friendly, come in the house." And the dream changed and you said, "Come 6:40, we go for a walk together." That was my dream. For realizing the self, one has to drop this mind. But how can the mind be separate from the self, from itself? Isn't mind just another creative expression of life?
First of all, you have to see something to drop it. As you are wearing something around you, this locket, because it is there, so when you go and swim into the ocean, and it may be washed away, so you have to keep it on the beach. You have to drop it somewhere else to be safe. Like this thing, the mind is not seen, first of all. Mind no one has seen. So how can you drop when something does not exist? So this is your concept only, that there is a mind, and to be happy you have to drop it. You need not drop the mind because it doesn't exist. Let it be there, it will be useful to you. So
is this life where we are here, is this life so precious because we can realize that? Is life precious? Is the only way to realize in this life, in a human form?
Human form, first of all, there is no form at all. And because there is a concept that there is a universe and men, animals, birds are there. So there are about 8.4 million species here. So among those species, to become a man, it takes 35 million years. So after having become a human being, most human beings are still not humans. They are just animals. May have somehow disconnected with their tails, and instead of walking horizontally, they have learned to walk vertically, like gorillas are also now trying to stand up and go some steps. So this is the most precious incarnation as human incarnation, because here you know that you have some doubt and you can question, who am I? A pig, a donkey cannot give this question to it. Who am I? No. Straightway they are taken to the butchery. And now we have a chance not to go to the butchery. Butchery means death, you see. Everybody who is born has to face a butcher, means God, Yamaha. It will not leave any man who is not realized what one is. So this gives us an opportunity to know who am I. Not the other species, not even the men. We are 6 billion human beings, and there could be hardly 60 who can find themselves who they really are. So now we represent under one roof people from many countries, you see. Some quite thousands of people came here. Why only few among 6 billion people? Country-wise, if to make a survey, not even one person in a country has known who he is from the beginning. So some people, if we give the example of some enlightened person, we have got to go back to the past. 2600 years ago, there was one Gautam who became Buddha. So now is for the first time here, which this Satsang in Lucknow has made a realization very easy, not to go into the Himalayan caves, not to meditate, not to repeat mantras, not to go to any pilgrimages, not to do any charities, just spend a second out of your lifespan. Just 1 second, and I guarantee you are free. In this very second, this day itself. Why postpone? So this is the first time in the history. Otherwise the ancient says the kingdoms have left their kingdoms and went for penance. After penance, some Manika comes in front of them in the form of a beautiful woman, and there ends their penance. So here, many Manikas are here, you see. So it's not a problem to live with the Manikas. Enlightenment has something to do with your own self, you see, not physical contact with the Manikas. If the Manika comes, live with her. There is no problem. But even living with the Manika, you are not touched, you see. Like Krishna, who had thousands of girlfriends, you see, and no girl could touch him. And he knew how to keep away from anything, how to keep untouched, you see. So one day it so happened that there was some festival in India where the women fast all day, and in the night when they see the star, they go to goddess and pray, and then only they can drink water. But this morning the river is full and there is no ferry plying to take them on the other side. There comes this boy and asks these girls, what are you waiting for? They don't you see? Tonight there is Anand Chaturdashi and we are fasting and we can't drink water and no ferry is plying. So we are waiting here. He says, doesn't matter, you go and ask to Yamuna, address to Yamuna, O Yamuna, if this Krishna has never touched any woman from beginning till date, give us the way. And everybody started laughing. And this man is fondling with us, playing with us, and then he says that he has not touched. So the elder one said, he is a liar, but let us prove his lie in front of him. So they jokingly addressing to Yamuna, O Yamuna, if this boy has never touched any woman from the birth, please give us the way. And the Yamuna parted, you see. There was a way. What was this? What was this magic, you see? You can still keep yourself untouched, and none has ever touched you. Even your body has not touched. Your mind, intellect, senses cannot touch it. and you do not know where is this diamond. Someone, some teacher, a rare person can tell you this secret just now. Otherwise, you will be led by teachers who will ask you to do this kind of sadhana and meditate this way, perform the yogas and Mahayogas, whatever. And none so ever has ever attained, because it is already there. What is already there? Why to practice for it? Simply waste of time. And here, you are not wasting time here.
Absolutely what I experienced. I'm not wasting any time.
What do you say?
That's what I experienced. I'm not wasting any time, yes.
Yes, you're not wasting any time. But just 1 second out of your 80 years span of life, you have to give 1 second. And this 1 second does not belong to time. I simply speak second a second. It's not in second. So in our books it's called instant. Kshanam. And this kshanam is equal to 4,500 times of a second. So I use the word second because this kshana word is not in the English dictionary. So this much time, 4,500 parts of a second, you can very well afford to spend on you and be free of all sufferings, worries, births and deaths. And this you have to practice, not practice, just realize what I speak, not to make any practice, just hear what I speak. And if you don't feel what I speak about, you come in front of me before everybody and say, I didn't get it, I did as you said, I didn't get. Please come in front of me and prove that I am untrue.
I definitely take my chance. I definitely will take my chance.
Definitely?
Will take my chance. This opportunity, I will take it.
Why take chances? You are not going to miss any chance because there is nothing to do. Nothing to do. During this time, during this instant, you speak what you are speaking. I take my chance is not during this instant I speak out. It is either before or after. Within this instant of time, you speak so, I take my chance. So these need several instants. During that instant, you speak it, and I will see how can you speak. The time is so little time, not even half a word will come out of it. Therefore, it will make you quiet, and when you are quiet, that means you have attained something which none has ever attained. Just one man, somebody wrote to me, some boy was here from New Zealand, and I was given this information. Leslie was his name. Leslie, he spent half an hour here and went away. So everybody said, why this man is going? Perhaps he didn't like Satsang, or he may be going to bathroom. But then he went away. He didn't comment anything, but somebody wrote to me from there that this man is speaking like you speak. And therefore many people came from New Zealand and they went. I requested someone to go and find out what he is teaching. So he is here. Professor James may be here from New Zealand, yes. So I wrote to him. He said, I heard it, but I have not seen him. So I'm coming to India. On my way, I see him and some other people also. They say, we ask him a question and we find the answer is not coming from mind or intellect, nor from any book. He has not studied. But you can see from his speech that this speech is coming from something beyond, and he himself accepts, agrees, I am not speaking. I am being used by higher supreme power. So after hearing, now I am convinced this can happen, you see. So when you say I take a chance, it is not spent. He came from there directly for his first trip to India, spent just half an hour, went back. So I can see that anybody can afford this time, and let us not miss this human incarnation when we have not to go anywhere, no hardship, simply we have a lot of fun here, we have music, we have dancing, we have singing, side by side. The result is supreme. When you go into the cave like wolves or tigers, you meditate, and I have seen no result because I have traveled into the high altitudes of Himalayas. In one case, when I was going on the way to Vishnu-Prayag, because I wanted to go, we heard that after the battle of Mahabharata, the Pandavas, brothers, Yudhishthira, Arjun, Bhim, Nakul, Sudev, they went to heaven by foot. So I came to know, so I also wanted to go, and it was Vishnu Prayag and said, this way you go. So I started going. On the way, there was one man making penance, and he was from Bengal. So I said, it was very cold, can I spend a night with you? He said, just good night, and he was just cooking. He said, you just cook, and I have a very small cave, maybe 6 feet by 6 feet, and I will sleep in the kitchen and you can sleep there. So it was a stone bench. On that Hessian cloth was covered, and the pillow also was of Hessian cloth. Inside the pillow was sand. So this man is living in such a sacrifice. So I said, I don't want this pillow because it's not comfortable. I can sleep without this sand pillow. When I removed, under that I found a book of sex. So this man has left his country and then he went for penance. What can he receive for penance? So he has a book, a filmfare book of sex he's studying. So this is the result of going to the caves. So if you have to study sex, living in such a cold place, why not to stay here, you see? Why to keep a woman in the head? Why not to keep under your arm? So I thought, it's no way for rejection. Then in this journey was very long. I still continued the journey to find a place where Yudhishthira is gone. Yudhishthira was there after 4 brothers. and their wife Draupadi was there, you see. And it was all snow underneath. On the glacier they were walking. One dropped. I am dropping. So Yudhishthira doesn't look behind. Another drops. The third brother drops. Arjuna also dropped. And Draupadi also slipped. No one cared. No one can help on the glacier. It was the only man who went into heaven with body, and they say he went with a dog, and dogs are not allowed in the heaven. So I guess that this dog means dharma, and dharma will follow you wherever you go. And you must be so chaste and pure. Throughout his life, Yudhishthira never spoke any lie. Therefore, even dharma followed him like a dog. And he is the only one who had gone in body in the heavens. Therefore, with that intention, also I wanted to go. But then I went on going, very cold, all around snow. Then I saw one place and I looked, just a person like Shiva with a bare skin, empty body, one very beautiful woman sitting next to him. So I go there and she invited me to have food with them. It was nothing and the ground was snow, and she gave me a bear skin to sit on it, and she made payasam for me. So I was looking what she is cooking here. Then I found when I ate, just like honey mixed with some local cereal, and it was so delicious, and still I can enjoy the taste many years before it happened. So it stuck into my fingers, you see. So this thing is then I abandoned my journey because I thought, this is enough, you see. Let me not go to heaven when I have direct in form the darshan of Lord Shiva and Parvati. So I was satisfied and received the blessing, came back home. And I didn't do any penance, you see. So I think the gods must have been very happy with me. Otherwise you go on performing. But penances are repeating Om Namo Shivaya, Om Namo Shivaya. All life, I don't think they can even dream of Shiva. Many people I see and ask them, they outside, even ISKCON people, Bhakti people, and I ask them, have you seen Krishna even in the dream? Because I saw Bhakti Vedanta himself, you see. Then they say, no, for us, there's no other Krishna except this stone image. Stone image is Krishna itself. Therefore, there's no other Krishna. That's all the teaching they are given to those people so that they don't go beyond it. So what can be seen with the eyes is not truth. So it is something else, you see. So recently I was in Vrindavan, just a month before. There was one boy from Russia. Somehow ISKCON people, their Russian branch, they speak about this thing, and this man wanted to see Radha. He said, where is Radha? They show him this Radha. They say, it's a stone. She doesn't speak to me. And Then he came to the headquarters in India, Vrindavan. So there he was staying and inquiring of them, where is Radha? They said, this is Radha. No, this is strong, she doesn't speak to me. So I was there to make a trunk call to Lucknow to inform our arrival. So there somebody asked someone, who's this man sitting in the car? They say, he's called Papaji. Then he said, some people who came to ISKCON, they spoke about this man, can I speak to him? Yes, they say, you go and see. So he asked, do you know Radha? I said, yes, I know. Can you show her to me? Yes, I can. Then show me. I said, we are taking dinner, you take dinner with us, you go back to Madhuban, a place where we live in, you come with us. And there he asked me many questions, you see. So after that, what relation do you have with Radha? I said, she's my wife. Wife? I never heard anybody speak like that. I said, yes, you go and ask her. Then he could see and speak to her directly. So he was very young, maybe 18, 19 years. Then he could speak about it, you see, about her directly. Then he said, now I will go to Russia and speak about this thing. Go back to Moscow. He went to Moscow, and here he is still the same, dancing in the streets, you see, and asking people, you go to Vrindavan, and there is one man who will show you Radha in human form. So this all depends on the purity of. Many of them say.
Is there any connection between the man from Pune and you?
Many people say that Osho is speaking through me. But I will tell you how I can explain. The body of the Osho died, cremated, and ashes are there, in a samadhi is there. But his mission was not fulfilled. His whole mission was not fulfilled because he died very young due to some trouble inflicted on him during his stay in America. So he died. But his mission, when the soul went away, and soul was waiting to fulfill its ambitions and finding some appropriate person so that he can fulfill his mission. And that's why the people speak about it, you see. In many other cases also, this is a fact. The soul is hovering in the air to find out a particular womb to born or a perfect person so that it has to fulfill its mission. As in case of Saint Gyaneshwar, who wrote in Marathi, ancient Marathi. So now the ancient Marathi of Saint Gyaneshwar was not understood. So there was one saint, Eknath. So he dreams that he went to Anandi, that Gyaneshwar is speaking because he died at the age of 21 years. So he said from this Samadhi place that people don't understand this thing, you explain in local Marathi spoken by the masses so that they understand my teaching, you see. So now the people who are making research on Gyaneshwari, and there are some professors, Professor Karnik, Kulkarni, Patel, Dandekar, And they all came to me, and I was working in the mining corporation in Goa, and somehow they heard, this man can give us the meaning, because when Ganeshwar said, there's a people tree on the Samadhi, Bodhi tree, and he appeared in a dream to Eknath, the shoot of the root has entered my neck. Now this Eknath says, but he writes the same thing, but cannot explain what is the root. Now the people who are making research on Ganeshwari, they say he was such a big yogi that he can fly in air, multilocate, even to many places he can appear at the same place. And then why this man cannot remove this one fruit of the tree? So for this purpose nobody could explain, and then they came to me, not knowing that I am not a Marathi speaking person. Even then they came to me and asked this question. I said, this root means what he wanted to express is not understood. Therefore, remove this ancient old type of Marathi and speak to the masses like that. This is the meaning of the striking the root, you see. And everybody agreed. So many other questions they asked me, you see. And they didn't know that I am not a man from Maharashtra. So this thing happened as I speak. It comes by itself, you see. I do not know Sanskrit, I have not studied, and not even know the Hindi, but then I can explain the meanings of the Gita, which I have not heard from anyone, nor of the Upanishads, you see, not of the Hindi books like Manas, Ramayana and others. No one can comment as I can comment, you see. So this is something beyond. It comes. It makes use of a person to speak easily in a common language which can be understood by any person. Therefore, I don't speak Sanskrit. So all these people who are here mostly, they are English-speaking people or some other, so they easily follow what I speak. So any soul can make use of any person. As Buddha spoke in Pali, and now Pali is out of date. Therefore the books, the sutras, especially Nirvana Sutra, which I have studied, it was in French. So you can understand, the people of France also couldn't understand, but originally it is in Pali. So if it was in Pali, who would have read it, you see? So now the books are translated into all languages so that we understand. And merely reading the book is not sufficient, you see. If possible, find out a person who is yet in his physical form, and everybody has doubts. Why not to clear the doubts and go near to that man when it is available? But most of the teachers, they are only preachers. Only preachers, they are preaching some dogmas, you see. They have no teaching at all, you see. Only preaching. Therefore, this preaching is heard most in the West, you see. There are preachers of yoga and other classes, and they are following those people. And others are Indians also. They have mushroomed in states also, making money, just business people, you see, and they know not what to teach. I have seen some Indians in Switzerland having ashrams. Some people who are maybe from Switzerland, they know one very big teacher in Frauenfeld. So he's teaching also there, having a press, very big complex. So I had a direct meeting with him, but no one knows what to teach, you see. So all these teachers or preachers, none of them is Sadguru, you see. And Sadguru has no teaching to give you, no method. He directly reveals within your own self and doesn't prescribe you any method, you see.
Where will you go after you leave your body? Will you ever come back on planet Earth?
If I come back, I must go. And if I go, I must come back. Therefore the truth is, neither I came nor I go. And this is the truth. Who goes? Who comes? You speak of the body, not your own self. The self doesn't come, doesn't go. Why should you go anywhere? What will you do going from here to somewhere else? He is not a businessman. Everything is included in the self. Why should you go? The king does not desire, I want to buy that house, that apartment, that place. Why? Because whole kingdom belongs to him. The king has no desire to acquire any property. All property belongs to him. Therefore, when you will become a king, you will have no desire to go anywhere. Just a clap of the hand, it is fulfilled. And then?
There was a bomb exploding outside the Satsang house months ago. Is there anybody who wants you any bad, doing any harm?
During that time, there was a bomb explosion here. None of the members were injured. No effect. The hall was not damaged. So we reported to the police, and special investigation squad came here, and he asked us many questions. Among the members, is there any difference between the members of the Satsang? I said, no. We are all one family, and nobody has done this. Why should they destroy their own house? So it is not. First question was this thing, it must be from within the Satsang. They may have some differences. I said, we have no difference at all. And you give us some doubt on some person? No. There are many people from Africa, Nigeria particularly asked the question. They are creating a lot of trouble in Lucknow. I said, no, they come here. They come here, many of the owner. So they could find the engineers who built this building have not been paid their dues. So they wanted to destroy a portion of this thing just to give some loss to them. So this was their final request. Otherwise, not for anything wrong they wanted to do. And they were satisfied, and no inquiry was further conducted, you see. Even the bomb squad, they also came here on special request. They also investigated, and they didn't come to any conclusion. Even they spoke the same thing, is like this.
Does Papaji have any ego?
Any?
Does Papaji have an ego?
Yes, I have. I have ego. Many people to say I have ego because she likes to serve me, you see. The ego likes to serve me as a maid servant. You have a maid servant in the house. Do you like her or not?
Very much.
Yeah. Without that, the house cannot run. So she is very helpful, and when some occasion arises, she, without telling me, she takes care. I have no complaint against ego. Let her live in my house. I have no problem, you see, because I don't find any enmity between her and me. She is very happy with me because and because some people I hear, they ask, I saw Papaji was eating ice cream, yes, and Coca-Cola. No Swamis take Coca-Cola and ice cream. I said the ice cream has nothing to do with your enlightenment, you see. Enlightenment doesn't care for ice cream. Ice cream straight away goes from the tongue to stomach, you see. So my enlightenment doesn't dislike ice cream. So when the ice cream comes, I take ice cream. I have no problem because, first of all, I have no restrictions. And I don't have any do's and don'ts as the Swamis perform. You shouldn't do this thing, you shouldn't do that. You say, I don't belong to that. You may do whatever you want to do, normal life as anybody does. Not only become something different, separate yourself from the society, wear malas and dye your clothes. And this color has got nothing to do whether white or black or orange. Has got nothing to do. Nor with anything you have to behave like this thing, neither the behavior. This belongs to religions at least, you see. Religions, do's and don'ts. If you go to church, you will go to heaven. If you don't, you go to hell, but after death. So, I don't ask you to do something or not to do something. That promises of the religious founders after death. But why not to make choose before death while alive? Do as you like. Live as you like. But in a way that doesn't touch you. The body context will not interfere your understanding. Therefore, I don't prescribe, do this, do that. This kind of dress and not that kind of dress.
You don't, but your assistants do.
Who?
You don't, but your assistants do. I was asked to have a kurta on today.
No, this is a local dress.
Yes.
Local dress of everybody wears.
Nice.
Even these rickshaw drivers, tangawalas, taxiwalas. So we are not different from them. To go on the road, there are even the scavengers they are wearing pants even. But we are also wearing the same thing. So if you go somewhere, nobody will recognize you. No one knows, you see.
Why is it that so many of the searchers who come here to Lucknow experience this state here with you, and when going back to wherever, the West or wherever, this drops away? Why is this happening with so many?
Because they think that they went to Lucknow and they got something new which they were not having. Therefore, their gain was a new gain when they went to Lucknow. Therefore, they are bound to lose it. And now when they come here, I tell them, you are not come here to gain anything, not to lose anything, but to understand that you are already free, already enlightened. So if you are already enlightened, you are already enlightened in Moscow, in Washington, or in Lucknow. How can you lose anything anywhere? So this I speak about. You don't try to gain anything, but to lose all the gains you have so far made, all what you have read, all what you have heard, you just leave it. So what is left? It will reveal that this is your own self. When they know it, they cannot lose it. So any gain will be lost. What you have not gained, you can't lose. If your pocket is empty in Lucknow and in New York also, it will be empty, you see. But if you have something, you are going to lose because you will buy a packet of cigarettes, so that money is now no more there. You have puffed it out. So your pocket always keep empty, you see. Then the things will come. With the empty hands, everything will come. If you are already holding something, you have no capacity to receive something more. Empty your hand, always keep empty. Again it will be replaced, you see. So it is the empty mind who is the emperor of the universe. Empty mind, empty hand means having no thought. And a man who has no thought is the king of the kingdom, you see. You can try, you see. Empty your mind of everything and you feel, who are you? And this is called peace, also enlightenment, also freedom. But don't keep anything in your mind. Okay.
Yeah. Let's do something on the paper, yeah, because you are not the body is one of the main statements here. A while ago I made an interview with a teacher of female spirituality. She spoke about embodiment, which has to do with men being able to be in their bodies and experience life as sacred. That there is a kind of liberation in it by becoming completely present in the body. Can you comment on that?
I can read myself. Question number
16. 16.
16. The woman teacher.
Mm-hmm.
The woman that you speak about, a teacher, is just a woman, not a man. And there is no difference between a woman and ego.
Sounds great.
Both are
That's new.
feminine genders. Both are feminine genders. Miss Ego and Miss Woman belong to the same caste. And it is not the man, it is the man who is going to be free. I don't be discouraged, I will explain to you. So this is the male body. This is the male body who has created a female body for his own use. That's why I say has to be a male, as it is in the Upanishads also. He says, he addresses, I am the Purusha. And nowhere it is read, I am a Istri, I am a woman, I am the Purusha, you see. This means I am male. This is how I can translate it to English, Purusha. So Purusha is within you. This Purusha is within you, not this sex body, this male body or a female body. There is a Purusha in the heart of everyone. Maybe female, maybe male. And this Purusha is equal to, they describe, equal to the length of a thumb within your own heart. It is ever burning, you see. A flame is there, you see. So when you concentrate on that, you will see that you are this Purusha, not the gender male or a female. But this woman, I do not know if she has gone to that extent. Otherwise, she will not call herself a woman. So everyone, male, female, is a Purusha. They don't identify with that, but they identify with the body for their own interests. Male with the female, female with the male, and they finish up that. No one tells them about this male within there, which is eternal, which doesn't come, doesn't go, no birth, no death. Therefore, how I spoke, you see. Neither do I come, nor do I go. It is that Purusha which speaks, you see. If you merge into that and become it itself, then it speaks from where the speak arises from. Not the tongue can speak. Tongue can speak, but where the strength comes to the tongue to speak, that comes from the fountain, is called Purusha, Aham Purusha. So it is that Purusha, you see, which I refer to. So this No, this 16.
The last one.
This is
Coming to the
17.
final.
The 17 also. Isn't there? How about this Zen teacher?
Dzogchen.
Dzogchen. What? Dzogchen. What it says?
The question. Years ago, a master of Dzogchen became my teacher. He teaches of self-liberation. That means that the primordial state of the individual is a spontaneously generated mandala where nothing is lacking. Without there being anything to reject, nothing to be purified. And this self-perfectedness means that the so-called objective is nothing else than a manifestation of the energy of this primordial self of the individual again. So the objective is nothing else than the energy of the primordial state of myself, of this individual. And this is the same what I hear here from you. He also says, like you, finding oneself in a state undisturbed by thought is the genuinely absolute truth or condition. It's the absolute. But Dzogchen has no problem with thought in itself, as long as one is not attached to it, and uses the example as a mirror, where all is just reflecting in it, but the mirror itself is undisturbed. Can you comment on that?
I totally agree with this statement regarding purification of the mind. I may have some difference because for purification of the mind you need and mind which becomes impure to purify it, like a mirror. When there is a mirror, the dust will alight on it, then you can't reflect yourself. But if there is no mirror, where the dust is going to alight. So like this, when there is no mind, how the dust of thoughts will alight on the mind, so that the many teachers in the world, they ask to purify the mind. Therefore I say, the mind does not exist, where the dust will alight. And you don't need to purify the mind when there's no mind. And actually mind is a function that you need for some object, see. Because mind means past. Mind, when you speak of the mind, it is a thought. And this thought must be from the past. In the present, when you look at it, when I call upon this instant, there's no mind. And this no-mindness is called freedom. So when the pictures are projected on the screen, when you go to a theater, you see the projections of the pictures. Some of romance, some are troublesome pictures, person being attacked by robbers. So when the picture is over, neither the screen is wet with the river, nor it has got any smell of the romance that has been played, nor it has holes that the shooting took place. The screen is immaculately clean. So this is the projection of your desires that fall on the mind, and you identify yourself that we are seeing the picture, but you have to identify yourself with the screen which was the same before the theatre started, will remain the same when the theatre will be over. So this manifestation is a projection on the screen. And this projection is in the mind. But if you understand, I am the screen, not the projection. Projections will come, project, and they will stop projections. But I am the screen, I will not change at all. So you have to identify yourself, I am the immaculate, eternal, unchangeable screen itself. Then you can enjoy what is being played on it from the screen, you see. And if you identify yourself with someone, then you will remember and you will suffer with the suffering, you will enjoy with the enjoyments, but you will lose your own nature of being a screen, you see. Therefore, everybody is clean. That's what I say. No practice, because I apprise them of the fact that you are beyond anything and no dust has ever alighted. Therefore, I don't prescribe any method to remove the dust. There's no dust ever alighted, you see. So this is for those teachers on whose minds the dust has alighted. Let them clean their dust.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
My questions are finished.
But
I have one personal question.
Okay.
From my room, I see in the distance a tree. It's a beautiful tree, even though it's dead.
I see.
In the morning, 17 vultures are sitting on its branches. During the day, not one is there. What will happen in the evening?
In the evening. So on this tree, I have not actually followed the question.
I had 17 questions to you. I was reading them. So I say this tree.
Tree.
You see, in the distance is a tree. It's a beautiful tree, but it's dead.
Dead.
It's my body. And on this body are 17 vultures sitting in the morning, actually. So in the day when I look, they are not there anymore. They are gone.
I see.
And I ask you what happens in the evening. Are they coming back?
Yes, if the vultures were there, the vultures are always there when they smell dead body. Because they don't eat living bodies, you see. Therefore, a dead body, the vultures will alight and sit and wait for the dead body to consume them. Therefore, all those people who are dead, the vultures will sit on them to finish them away, you see. Therefore, I tell you a trick so that you will not die and no vultures will come near you. Regarding the other, we can speak next time from Israel.
He's leaving today, Papaji. He would leave this evening. Tomorrow, no Satsang.
Leaving with his son. Send back.
Yes.
You take it with us.
Yes, I will. Yes. Yes.